Doing this painting, I'm going to do it in a abstract, semi-abstract manner, simplifying shapes, and it's an aerial view. So first of all, I'm going to do a value sketch of it, and I'm using neutral tint, and doing on Strathmore paper that's in my sketchbook. And so I'm going to, I want an aerial view, so that means that I'm looking from a distance on top, looking down at this farm, and then looking at the far distant fields and trees and so forth. So I'm going to start out with the shapes being darker up there, and then I'm going to lift it up just a little bit right there so that it doesn't get too dark. But then where the land starts, I will have that as the darker area. Now, what I'm trying to do is put a wash of middle light value almost on everything that you see, even going through the silo with it, and also through the foreground. I'm painting around I'm saving my whites around the barn so that I would have that. Then it's still rather wet, and so I'm going to use a pointed brush and going now and dividing the spaces up as far as a design is concerned. I'm not worried about exactly that these are fields, but division of space between one area and the other. And when I come to an area where I wanted a flat color, I'll do a vertical stroke like that up and down to get that flat. Sorry about the reflection of the light right there, but I maybe should have moved that over. Anyway, we'll go down in that area there, and I remember now I've got a lighter value on top. These are diagonal lines that'll go across and indicate field, and getting some lines on there, and then also I'm going to put a wash around the tops of there's two trees up there that become kind of a circle, which is really not good, but it'll indicate the tops of the trees. And then coming down, and I'll go up in between and leave the lights on top there just a little bit, and bringing that down as one wash. Okay, now after that dries, now I'm going in with my darker values and seeing where I can have a darker value shape. And it doesn't have to be like trees or whatever, or copying the photograph exactly. Just put some darker shapes behind there. And as soon as you put this dark on, as you can see, the distance gets further back. And so what I'm going to do is take some of this darker value and and see where I can put it where I need the shape to kind of linger out. This is all in a matter of looking at it as a design instead of as silo and trees. So I think that's a kind of an interesting shape of the dark, and so I'm going to repeat some of that up in here. They're going to be darker in this area. The house back there, so I'll leave a little bit of white just to indicate that might be a house or another farm, and go across there and a few little dots and dashes. Um, this is the designing, and so I'm just looking at how can I group these darks to group together so they'll flow together and give you a direction. And they don't always have to be connected, they just have to be next to each other so the eye will jump from one dark shape to the other easily. And you can see that middle value now has created a lot of distance. Now I'm going to come down in front of the barn. Now this has skipped ahead a lot, but as you can see, the calligraphy that I have around the barn, also a little bit in the foliage in the front. Now I want to sort of maybe bring some bigger shapes across across there, so I'll just put that across like that, and around that, and then around that. Now you see the barn will come out a little bit more. That's nice lights and darks up there, but I'm going to darken that area also. And so it's a matter of designing. Now this down below, I don't want a lot of detail coming down there at all, like I have up in the distance. So I will keep that down, the detail down. So a little barn back there, that's a little shed. And maybe put a few little windows in the barn. You don't want to do too much on that. Now, if you notice, I have less detail, less marks rather, in the foreground, and that is my goal for when I do the painting, is to have a value that I can put these marks on top, like a coat rack. You can hang these little marks on top of that, and the value underneath will carry it. Not doing too much. Get here, I'm going to put some dots in there just for pattern. You know, just a little bit of an entertaining pattern. Few little maybe marks up there. You can get too carried away, so I want to be very, very careful I don't do too much. A little darker there. Some of these marks are not necessary. I should really stop about right here, I think. I think that looks pretty done. Well, thank you for watching.